you're gonna go to a serious interview. Be na sa video no a trendy on social media. Some man nanko be a face. Some man were a very decent MP. Oko Otafo MP. I found honorable Eko Vincent Asafo. Waka send be na sema waka no purpose I then honorable Okasa. And almost so any to your power say NPP defeat no ebin see that. Because upon obe win election enye o party for nkwa na beto ama o say o party for nkwa na beto ama wa and you be lose ese wo san ehia floating voters na oba aba nsem na ofutiri mu a even Musa Dan Kwampo edbe wo mu ka say Bawumia lose because floating voters no omo empenasem I say Bawumia was not loved by 14 voters. There's a form for peno. Obia on to abada. Afe na oba abeto aba. And now obi so no. Oni NPP, oni NDC. But ohuwa ase ohun na kono. Ase ofili of Bawumia oni sa vibrant no. Amanfo an to aba ma no. Na still no eda so ho. But o hwe obi se Agyapong a. Adekronti a ekufaro na owin election no. At the same time, so Lawrence over side election say omono omukura sa ground no ekufado hu na we feeling brother no matter how sebe in the bogod amamu a obobu ye no still no hu no kromu a you love him the same thing Lawrence wa be try 24 years na but hu no a unyampo ananka on sebe die so the same thing hu in Agyapong abontina kele we feeling sa ayi no Bawumia ni bi enu something ba obese luso ena visan eko and the constituency who are okoka saying be say ombe some delegates for every I said asem so and she yanko hwe the video no now after the video no Kwame Nkrumah kese epem no say masa asem waka no e sa no ka no ene baba mu na fuchi mu na fa wom na chiefo na ntimi hu joman let go and one the interview any video no and sana the interview so
Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, Tafu police station, or police station at you. Onim Gushebe. Onim Faith. Into your vote in a sort of one and that's your most said. Also, to make sure you vote in a swan to
police station.
A police station executive. The what? General by medical constituency executive share, the catcher was a album. Police station, you vote to sit so at sea or no. Some police station executive, your mom, police station executive.
And you're already.
I know you.
They are chopping Nafu. Into more free. One of the chain now
I see. Ono mamimra party ni mu na flag bearership race neguso January 30 2026 mu beyi the obedi party nenim na wo de krata bia ba bonten say anwe police station wo no akwa say police station wo no nipa bi betime intimidate nipa bi asem emu nkyere mu pa ne say
oh welcome na welcome you also me from time I started me politics.
Yes, Sabren and Kakodi, Ukoya Roman father, St. Hubert.
When you understand, you know, said Domabu or Mokafama. You know, it is not true. I mean, I am a Democrat true and true. I believe in the democratic dispensation.
What do you say? First time I'm who a bra na Dr. Koto say, any Sir John, na ye be a primaries, a war tafo, Sabekwane, oh tafo,
I'm your small boy.
Aye, who's a year Methodist one, Emmanuel Methodist.
Yes.
I'm born opposite one.
I'm a very small boy.
Yeah, because I'm Mr.
Now back when we call tafo weekend. The choir, no. Na many delegacy, police station executive initiated. As usual, for about 2.5 months, sent me to Quinty. By now, me call back to Omama Jumaho, no Mukudin Kobo. Enti minya botre titi omukakra. And me tia omo no, they were saying so enkofo bi kika kire wo mo say. Abano 2024 election Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ni lusu ye. Enu nti no. Enkofo ka kire wo mo say, e mo nto aba ne Bawumia. Nam so sa. Nam so no aye dem so na so na ye panyi na na da no nti. You lose dia and you say ya dia ni na shen nam so okay and the mamu simi musa mo semwe oko tafu abota so Didnt ho police station e wo no nipa 5 and the police station executives oko Pentecostal and Assemblies of God hono mutwa Nipa 10 and their polling station executive because they have twin polling stations. Now, we our polling station executives may say, we vote in 2024 as as compared to 2029. We not say, now okay. Now, our polling station, one man down or say, yang. And I'm going to say, polling station will be out here, and I'm saying, no, but you had 4 years there. Then I'm going to me. I mobilize you on no man to Uncle Trabanama NPP. And I said, Chester Mukran, so much fail you. And as a cell phone, so the best one or send one a day. Yankasa and Yaya. The next time you be able to make ye. And I'm so okay. And yes, idea may catch a constituency executive. So the next polling station elections, a bayano. More vote so three a polling station. Yamamunye a Jumani view. Just a Yamamunye polling station executive view. If it's a more fady. Almost 8. All that would be another NTS. And I'm saying, sir. Cotodia the budget. Applying the same logic mutatis mutandis that Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, the back will have to stop with him. Because he's the leader in the channel. When Dr. Muhammad Bawumia does not know GNTC, said Dr. Muhammad Bawumia does not know Pentecostal. Said the Minumi Pentecostal police station. Or know what they question. Do you see, you know? Now, also, I want to see you, they also want to say. This is the logic that I painted to them. That the responsibility as to how we lost the elections should be a shared responsibility. We cannot let it be send people back with the lose election. Because you know when Yankasi here when you care who I am Jumano. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia when you hope. Yan was Sudi, here the police station as saying as I say Juma. How many police stations executives almost call free from Matuaba? You people did not do it. Yet you are pointing fingers at somebody who does not have that responsibility or that job to do, which you failed. And so we were few put the question will be. No, come this is what I said. And when you watch the video, you realize that this is what I sought to say. Tafu MP say, in the constitution of the NPP, the MP has no locus as to who becomes a polling station executive. That is the sole responsibility of the constituency executive. And council of elders, no more formula, no more elections. So why do you even bring the MP in as to say MP in the back chair should be the police station executive? That cannot be the case. That was never said. In fact, we need 2 minutes and may say, me ankasa me ko MP me ko mo ho sere wo mo no mo sa de makobio to ya
ade mate gidi Honorable Echo Vincent Asifua na wɔyɛ former deputy minister for local government megye di sɛ mabɔ ne yie MP for Tafo na yɛ ne ne twetwe nkɔmmɔ honorable Vincent Eko Asifua MP for Tafo mema wakyerɛ no pɛ yi
time flies time flies
and time flies
Latin you cannot tempus fugit
hey
we were to my deputy minister that hey abanko
we agree you
opposition asamoya easy esi ya na for na sound go for no mo fro no obi an fro bi o
but omo fro bi ma eden a ida so nyansan be sa aba
what you say
na mami
fa see your real friends anyway
yeah sure mami fa wo fi nkomo ya sisi mami tokonu former chief justice say kan what fie areho sebe wo mu ni se after 31 years of service mami ni ko fie without a dime and one some boba na ko now ye be vetting of Justice Boni as the new chief justice.
I'm okasa from Pao.
But what do you mean?
Fena metonka.
Mese mami Justice Araba Isaba Tokonu.
Nanu ada video bi eba bonten na che se won se Tafo MP one delegate fo bi edi nkomo a wo che se if Bawumia lushi ne se Ghana for na NPP for kase ne omunyi nsin chen a the police station executives no so ene omo so for modwumanto na awusia video be to dwa na manfo se da bi sa intimidation ne kasa bi se no ne kwa se this man around omo so ne koso na eno na wakirem ewo despite media bra mo frɛ no na o kire se what the chopper ekode ama kompra ko Kennedy Japan na titafo simple sensem no anya omo da se de osika no na onfanche na video be to dwa no amanfo busa se the year 2023 said na as intimidation ko one to ma we be you dey free abom ni ade no this time around community senka afri ho but up to now we can see say still na ekoso na busa yentie chopper na amanfo ka se wode ama kompra ko Kennedy Japan yenye bre ne tie na ekira wadwo komese so samanyo sem no ekose de amanfo wonta obi achi a wono we wasem obedi watem betwa ntrogu so se kosa ebeboye anase ebema oman no atwentwen ne nase yenye bre na yentie emunsem na ekira wadwo komese wo efamaye
yes
say we former chief justice now we say a woman say the woman is going home or has gone home without a dime after 31 years of service to the nation. Now, what do you know to nchen and now I vet the new chief justice, Justice Bawumia. A minority in parliament will raise a point to be said. And some may be a while, many dear down court, and none people be down court. Say, justice administered. Now, court to Nisigna, so crowd, and sana. Ya veteran e de ko ba ye no anye ye e minority for kwa mo ye work out the whole narrative no it was saying
well back kwame the kind of sika de beto ye integrity and credibility is a priceless gift, and so I'm sure the woman we are speaking against what is happening and what has happened. Not because I think the woman wants anything to go home with. That is that can be dealt with. I'm sure that she will be okay because she served the country for so long a time, and I don't think it was about money. But when your integrity is started and battered on the altar of politics and not justice, and no, and the man and that is why I feel that it is proper, not because we want a solution today, but for purposes of posterity. Or should be a someone? She Nami a year Again, no. I think Monday. Let me see. Mwankasa mo sister station. PSFM. Not one NPP tour. It's not full. Is it not or something? Tour. On the Mwankasa mini abema. Wama MP for Fiana network. They're not here, Jomi. Nana Yaukes. Someone MP no be can say Chief Justice ni ya yi no na de enye emra NDC MPO no de we dey say politics.
But one king can article 146 no.
Well, that is what the MP is saying. I am just quoting him, an NDC MP. On your own station, Nana Yaukes was the one who was hosting him. Someone no catch and say to hell with Article 146 and its procedures. But the name say a politics in a man. NDC MP. Share okay the catalog that I gave in the case of Vincent Kwasefwa and the Attorney General 4 or 5 months ago, which I indicated say when in opposition. The NDC had already indicated. Some John Mahama had said it. Sami Demfi and a lot of people have said it. If I Sami Demfi got your Kaya, even the Ghana police, some bomb research. I see you get here, the current chairman said, these were things that I catalogued in my affidavit for the Supreme Court judges to know that in assessing these matters, politics in free one, you realize that it is just an orchestration just to remove this woman on the altar of politics. Now, Kwame, minority, as someone here can do, it didn't say a lady because of a majority, you know, a movie. Name or Tibia Semuntino. That's and you put Baba. No one say, we pay a part. Ye cha, and the other papa, that's a part. Now, I'm okay to go 146 media. And so, the Chief Justice stated misbehavior, infirmity of the mind, and what have you. Nowhere has it been said in Article 146 that allows a Chief Justice to be removed. On the altar, say, oh, ye Chief Justice Bakubi, ye ye. Into one or see you. Come see you. Nothing has been said in the 1992 Constitution to include the reasons you did Chief Justice. A church say, so be the Chief Justice. Offer all the right procedures, like what acting Chief Justice Bafuboni go through. All processes are right. The appointment, vetting, approval, the sworn-in. These have been enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So he has been appointed and been made, or will be made a Chief Justice legally, rightly so, under the Constitution. And you know, this will go through Article 146. Now, the removal processes, you know, and I said, you remember what you need, Chief Justice. And I may contend it to you, say, won't mean, you know, because of the fact, oh, ye Chief Justice be, and you know. And that is why we feel, as a minority, that whatever the NDC and John Mahama is doing is to stop us and the woman to be able to fight for his fundamental human rights. Because they say, no, the papa we are no, no. This is the phobia. But the point is, how do you serve justice to talk or not? And people like us who filed a case at the Supreme Court, I have in my hand, now, Kwame, the statement of case that was filed by the Deputy Attorney General at the Supreme Court in response to my case at the Supreme Court, that is the Vincent Agyapong versus the Attorney General. The Attorney General is telling me and the Supreme Court that for the past 4 or 5 months, you bought the application in Jansi Niwi, I'm responding, I'm reason I'm working, say, and that is under clause 5. That due to administrative procedure and arrangement attendant to the 2025 presidential transition and the subsequent compulsory retirement of the Solicitor General, a timely response to the statement of the plaintiff's case, plaintiff, which is myself, was impracticable. 4 or 5 months now, I want to be responded by way of a defense to the case and the court the Supreme Court. I'm not sure the Akoma Supreme Court say, Supreme Court, Emano, leave, Omano, chance. So the Beya over to me, and the extension of time to be able to file the statement of.
But Justice Bob Boni, before the committee, I can say, there are no processes, and now one can let it be to Parliament in Janti ne vetting.
No, you see, the point is that we are speaking to men of good conscience. We are not injuncting whatever is there. I'm just saying that, first and foremost, you need to dispose the matters that are before the court so that justice appears to be done. Justice is seen to be done. And it must not only be done. Justice Tokono is before the court. Vincent Agyapong is also before the court. Substantively. And so if you feel that you want the Ghanaian people to know that they are more yearning now the papa. They said the year or election petition within 2 months, 1 month, your Boma Tanevi, maybe your Bako de Biana Kwakoda. The Attorney General who has been performing his function unwarrantedly, going by way of press conferences, that time we need now 4 months. Just because your politics, the percent of 40 NPP, now for the NPP crying, this is what they have been doing. Nothing justice. And that is why I'm suggesting to you that time could have been used to file responses at the Supreme Court for us to dispose of this matter. Because the Assembly in Supreme Court per the CI16, within 2 weeks, I was a filing response to it. That is the statement of case. Say, when to me filing within 2 weeks now, not a compare for an extension of time. And then the Supreme Court, more than even the 2 weeks that is granted under the rules. Yama will be a 1 week or 2 weeks at the account. Because substantively, what has been given to you is even 2 weeks. So if you are praying the court, that the court should add some amount of time to you, it should be within that 2 weeks. But I agree that the discretion is the Supreme Court, but you don't give more than what has been granted under the rules. So my position is that, and the position of the minority, and they say, the matters are already sub judice. Allow the Ghanaian people to realize that, and then the Moka Samoba Mobaba and no one amoye.
Council, the matter is a sub judice. But the matter,
that matters now Supreme Court. That this sergeant, the boy, but say it has not been done.
The matter being a sub judice.
The NBC,
Council,
want to stop Justice Sokono from benefiting under the Constitution by way of a right, fundamental human right that has been enshrined under the Chapter 5 of the 1982 Constitution.
Because
when you feel that your rights have been trampled upon, or your rights are being trampled upon, if it is your personal right, you go to court to ensure that you are safeguarded, you are protected. That is the duty of the men of conscience, men of good conscience, who have been put on the Supreme Court bench. When they are seen not to be interested in protecting the fundamental human rights, which rights have been enshrined under the Constitution, which has given them the power to sit on the Supreme Court, it leaves much to be desired with. We may not be interested today with respect to the outcome, but we are interested in the matters of posterity, so that it does not appear that men were silent, good men were silent when we were needed most to speak against the atrocities that
Honorable.
to Chief Justice.
Honorable.
If I saw Kasa no work, say power.
If I saw to be in hello.
But I say,
Me say the matter is. Hey, hello. What's the matter?
Welcome me. I feel them tonka.
The matter is a sub judice. Said the king. Wobi Subeka say now the Chief Justice has been removed. And now you be a sa matter ni delay with Supreme Court no. Now a delay say or minor intiminya substantive Chief Justice. And no aya baako. The second one ni pebi so can say maame no why exhaust other avenues into when you say bibia an exercise to delay the appointment of a new Chief Justice. Who think come over here to say
welcome. Under the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, so be an acting Chief Justice, not even a single function or responsibility can be denied the acting Chief Justice by way of his performance. Put differently, when you're acting Chief Justice, you are also a Chief Justice because the Chief Justice be the ultimate. Why? Were we not in court? Me should have been kind of court no. Justice Soko no the kind of panel judges. You remove it and I see if you're suspended or no. But for one buy so be the paddle. Sure, you on one cut the paddle. Because I asking Chief Justice, nothing has stopped him in the performance of his duties as an acting Chief Justice. What a Chief Justice will do more? No. So we can have an acting Chief Justice for even the next 20 years. If you be a wood, and one obey, and that's why I'm saying that let justice be seen to be done. Please. Constitution, in camera. Yes, but when in the case of Akosa was saying, say, when you are interpreting the Constitution, interpret it in such a way that it will bring some amount of reasonability into what has been interpreted. It was because of some of these things that we will know that the letter of the Constitution will be black and white. Name of no. For the sanctity of the state, the bit to be a Chiano Kakra, said the bear, that is why the case of Akosa laid down the processes and laid down the strategy in interpreting the Constitution. So that's how they can say the woman, and one of the woman, and then they check at the latter part of the Constitution. So being conform with the Bono PNDC Mercenary Constitution, like as a one team for Moncoco, but they say if the court believes that by way of interpreting the Constitution, there's a certain family that will need a certain kind of justice. So the be a paper and they are the Supreme Court, by way of Akosa, can interpret the Constitution to reflect the aspirations of the people. And yes, and then they say, well, right. So they will tell you, shall. It will have to be done in camera. No problem. But who will be that? The Chief Justice is supposed to be an emblem and the citadel of justice. You think that investors and other people who may not have the right support, political support, would they have any confidence also of domestic capacity? Because they know that whatever the president will tell the judges, they will do it. And that is my fear. We have to be very careful because these things will have daunting effect on us, even on our economy. Because when there is no trust in the judiciary, when there is no fairness in the judiciary, it does not even boost investor confidence. And we should be very careful. So, and then they are they have the majority and they are doing whatever they are doing. But Kwame, put these states on record. Tomorrow, the unprincipled NDC, the unprincipled this government will come back changing their maps as if they are not the ones who even said these things. Why? Even the appointment of the Supreme Court judges, you remember what they said, that the Kufuado appointed so many judges. Yes, yesterday. We are hearing a different thing from them because this time they are the ones touching the courts. And this time they are saying, say, yeah, the back. Unprincipled group of people. Unprincipled group of people. They say this today, tomorrow they say this. Yesterday in Parliament, lithium agreement here about Parliament during our time, they rejected it. Saying, how the papa, somebody just says same, I'm a boy say same. Today, they are the same people bringing it to Parliament. The same thing. Unprincipled group of people. And today, per the words of the Snafu NDC MP, justice is not about the law. Justice is not about the dictates of the Constitution. Justice is not about the dictates of our acts of Parliament. Justice is at the whims and caprices of the executive arm of government. And this is what Ghanaians are going through, and this is what we are saying. And we are all quiet. The CSOs who were on top of our roof, saying and attacking the Akufo-Addo government about the very things that they are seeing and that they are not today, are quiet. Today, most of them are getting appointments. Dr. Agyapong, few Agyapong received an appointment. Most of them are quiet.
Say CSOs no ankasa.
Ghana Catholic bishops, they are quiet.
Me ba jomba CSOs ankasa e bi die.
They are quiet.
Me ba jomba me bo. CSOs no. Ye will be one in your political pressure group.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying that's a way a political pressure group. Not a group of unprincipled people in government who said one thing just about 10, 11 months ago. I'm more supportive of now. What do you say? When President John Dramani Mahama, I could not hear no West Kache, as of was say, on the Obaya bill no best sign. That is LGBTQ bill best sign. And that's all the or did you want to just say Akufo no best sign. Obaya didn't work home. On principled character. What is the CSO saying? The political pressure group, what are they saying about it? What are they saying about it?
I see.
And then matter of importance to you. They cannot come to Parliament under a certificate of urgency. Now they catch them and say, they told us that they won't hear because our culture and our tradition above LGBTQ, which we agreed anyway, and which I agree today too. But why have their positions changed? Why are they no more interested in the LGBTQ bill? Why is the president himself not interested? And why is the president himself quiet about it? But, Kwame, Kwewe, Unyankopon Kwame no Kwarefo. Obiabwa, it's all about Obia interest. And young people in this country should look at what is happening. Chef, call the Ministry of Youth. The Dada Ghana for go and look at the budget that was approved for them. Over 100 million. No? Only 34 million has been released for them. One year na baby. Man can amudi say yezu. The jobs that were supposed to be created for you under the Ministry of Youth, they're able to send NEP. Near more set up no. Have you gotten it? But because for amudi say yes, so the Kufuor government must fall, the NPP must fall. All of them today, they are trapping nafu. Into more free. One of the now yezu.
I see. Ono mamemra mu party ni mu na flag bearership race ne guso January 30 2026 mu beyi de obedi party nanim na wo de krata bia ba bonten say anwe police station wo no akwa say police station wo no nipa bi betime intimidate nipa bi asem emu nkyere mu pa ne say